need. So let's go over to Rifafa now. Thank you, Rifafa, as always.
Hello, everyone. Today, I want us to talk about what we really need in Africa at the moment. It's not that we lack COVID-19 vaccines. The actual problem is children are dying from malaria. As you can see, there's a young child here. Children of this size and this one, they die of malaria due to lack of just mosquito nets that can actually prevent them from getting malaria. Children die due to diarrhea because of poor drinking water. So we need to pump for them clean drinking water such that they will not get diarrheas that are caused by different bacteria. They don't die because they lack vaccines, but they die because they lack simple things like mosquito nets. So let's get them mosquito nets. Let's get them clean drinking water, and we shall stop them from dying. Children die due to chest infections. And you know, when you have chest infection, most especially bacterial, as you can hear someone was coughing there, those chest infections can progress to pneumonia, and pneumonia kills all people, including children. Now, these children also die due to malnutrition. We need to see how they get a balanced diet. We need to make sure that they are sleeping under treated mosquito nets. We also need to make sure that they have antibiotics when they need them. This one can be infected when it's not covered by antibiotics. So they need antibiotics. Let us get them antibiotics. Let us get a microscope such that we can be able to look at the sputum for the chest infections, and we can be able to do a lot of things. So the problem that they are facing now is not vaccines, but those basic things. So let's do them. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, Rifafa. Rifafa's not saying that vaccines don't work or aren't useful, but he is saying that he is in an absolutely desperate need to be able to prevent malaria and to treat malaria. He needs mosquito nets. He needs to prevent and treat diarrhea, all very treatable and preventable. He wants clean water rather than COVID vaccines. Not saying COVID vaccines don't work, we can't say that. But he wants diarrhea, he wants clean water, he wants to be able to treat chest infections, he wants to be able to treat pneumonia, he wants to be able to treat malnutrition, he wants antibiotics, he wants to be able to treat wounds with antibiotics and dressings, and we're planning on getting a microscope for diagnostics pretty soon. Now, actually, that particular family there was an extreme need, and the channel was aware about this a few weeks ago, and we sent a small amount of money. And here we are. The mattresses have arrived because they were just sleeping on the floor. So that's a good thing. Hopefully that'll help them get less infections as well. And now these are the mosquito nets, which Rifafa is teaching them how to use. This is absolutely vital. In this area, children die of, it's a type of malaria called falciparum malaria or falcipium malaria. And it's the type of malaria that causes cerebral malaria. So basically people go into a coma and very often simply don't wake up. So we want to be able to prevent that and treat it early if we can. So he was doing that there. And also he's doing wound treatments as well. So they are the things that we actually need. That's what the priority on the ground in Africa is seen to be. So he's not anxious about not getting COVID vaccines. He's not anxious to maintain or establish the World Health Organization ambition of vaccinating 40% of his countrymen up from 20%. But he is worried about malaria, mosquito nets, diarrhea, clean water, chest infection, pneumonia, malnutrition, antibiotics, wound care dressings, and the need for microscopy. And of course, we could have gone on for much longer than that. Needless to say, there will be an opportunity to donate to this project. I was there a couple of months ago working with the FAFA on the ground in Uganda, and I can guarantee the money is getting through. It absolutely is 100%. Now, just to finish on a couple of lighter notes. Well, one's not light, but this is a lighter note. So this is I can be a bit mischievous sometimes. So I did a video where the video I did was 100% genuine. We looked at some pathology slides of post-vaccine damage for the rare cases, we have to say rare cases, of myocarditis from the German data. And the microscope slides were there, the pictures were there. Over 1 million of you have watched it. Thank you very much. And that's great. Well over 1 million, I think. And we had the microscopic evidence. It was there in photographs. You know, it was there. So anyway, I put it on Facebook, and just and I put this up here just to test to see if Facebook will ban this post. And there you go, partly false, checked by independent fact checkers. So the oh so brilliant fact checkers at Facebook, using world-leading medical knowledge, oh so cleverly were able to say that photographs weren't photographs. So there you go. Make what you want of that. I thought that was interesting. Now, to finish on a really serious note, at the moment, COVID, Omicron, mostly BA5 and BA5 derivatives, is totally, utterly ripping through China. Pretty well everyone in China is going to be infected with COVID now, today, tomorrow, over the next days and weeks. It's going to go through the whole population because they've lifted the zero COVID policy, and there's exponential growth. It's going to be absolutely huge, and everyone's going to be exposed to it in the next days, weeks, and certainly months. Now, this is an Omicron derivative. The Chinese population is partly vaccinated, but they're not vaccinated with mRNA vaccines. They're vaccinated with a bit like that cholera virus, but it's injected. But it's dead. It's dead. Well, the cholera bacteria. Sorry, they're injecting them with essentially dead COVID viruses, which is protective against serious illness and death. Now, we can't really give much news of what's happening in China at the moment, but I have noticed that certain aspects of the mainstream media seem very keen to say how terrible this is in China, how that crematorium in China are working overtime, and there's big long queues outside crematoria in China. This is anecdotal, and personally I'm not convinced it's true at all. The Chinese authorities, which we have reason to question as well, are saying the numbers are very low, but we've got these anecdotal reports of a lot of people dying. The fact that mainstream media outlets are reporting such poorly verified anecdotal reports, to me, indicates that they're trying to point out that the Chinese agenda is bad. Our agenda is the best thing since sliced bread. So basically, we don't know what's going on in China yet. I'm optimistic that it's going to go through the entire country, generate huge amounts of herd immunity. The COVID problem should be essentially over in China in a few months' time. Or certainly be in the situation where we are in this country, where there's massive amounts of naturally induced immunity, not herd immunity, but naturally induced active immunity. So that will happen, and we're going to keep an eye on the deaths in China, but for now, I think we simply don't know. But somewhat disturbing that some aspects of the mainstream media did seem to be giving an impression which really isn't evidence-based. When we have some evidence, we'll talk about it. And I've got quite a few people in China reporting to me, so we will get some genuine data pretty soon. So there we go. Check out WFAFA's channel. Do subscribe. It won't cost you anything.